And today, we've got a caller asking about the success of M3gan.
Hey, John. I just got out of seeing M3gan, and that was fun as hell. And I checked the box office that it's at right now. It's 4 o'clock on Sunday. It's already at $45 million worldwide. It's probably even bigger by the time you're hearing this. I'm sure you got a chance to see it, and I'm sure people on the show have now. What do you guys think, and what do you think about this box office performance considering its budget? Have a good day, guys. Thanks.
That in. And again, a little bit of background and context here. They showed us the first previews for M3gan back at CinemaCon back in April, to which I honestly didn't like it. I didn't like the previews they saw. Over the past months, they've released some trailers that have been better than the previews. Went out to go see M3gan the other day. Ball of fun. Just a fun movie. Again, I don't think it's going to end up in my top 10 films of the year at the end of 2023, but just a fun little horror movie. I almost even hesitate to call it a horror movie. It's actually more kind of like a lighthearted thriller in many ways, if that makes any sense at all. But the doll was great. The performances were wonderful. The dialogue was sharp and crisp. And when the doll does some creepy things, you feel creeped out. Ronnie Chang, is that the comedian's name? Ronnie Chang I thought I wouldn't like him in it when he first popped up because he was just kind of playing the same character we always see him play like in Shang-Chi, but it grew on me very, very quickly. Just a fun movie. Now listen, this movie was made for $12 million. They made this movie for $12 million, and the projections were anywhere between 17 and $21 million. I guessed it would hit about 19, which would be a huge success. Like, exceeding your production budget on your domestic opening weekend is always a good thing. Well, some people thought, like Rob, that it had the potential to go even higher than that, and sure enough, it did. M3gan clocked in at $30 million domestic alone on a $12 million budget. A little over $30 million on its opening weekend for a little under a $12 million budget. This thing nearly tripled its production budget on its first weekend and came within 50% of an Avatar that everybody thought was going to just cleanly run away with the weekend. Again, because they thought M3gan might pull in 16, 17, $18 million. But the word of mouth was strong. The critic reviews were really strong. People started talking about this movie. Again, it's not a masterpiece, I don't think, but it's what you want in a good Friday night at the movies, man. You go and you have fun. And I think word of mouth played a huge, huge part of this because when those first previews came out, some people thought, oh, it looks interesting. I mean, at first people thought maybe $9 to $12 million it could make. As we got closer and the word of mouth got bigger, they raised those projections. And now we're sitting at $30 million. So all I got to say is bravo to the folks at Blumhouse for taking yet another movie that they made for the change they found in the creases of their sofa and ended up making tens of millions of dollars. And it's just a killer thing for it. Chris, you saw the results for it. You'll never see this movie, but what stands out to you?
Taylor and I have been talking about how I'm probably going to go see this with him.
Honestly, I think this one you can.
I think
you
so.
Really
there's not a lot of gore and stuff in this, and it also is just so ridiculous. Like just the clip of her dancing, I'm already kind of in. But I love how Blumhouse keeps doing this. You know, they take these shoestring budgets, they take pretty interesting concepts, right? I mean, it kind of is Chucky, but just with a different vibe. Right at the end of the day, but they execute things really, really well, and they really get such bang for their buck. They do such great ROI kind of work, and it's really great to see things like this do well. You know, I love to see something that doesn't have a huge budget behind it really, really go bonkers at the box office. And clearly, I'm in the minority for not loving these kinds of movies. People want horror. People want to go see this. They want to go get spooked. So why not? Good for them.
I mean, you're looking at these little films having great success. Smile was one of the great stories of the movies of 2022. Barbarian did great. Now with this launch for M3gan, which, and by the way, I understand the comparison I did because before I saw it, I thought the same thing, that it's kind of like a Chucky thing. It really is. I mentioned this in a tweet. M3gan is far more Talkie Tina than it is Chucky.
Right.
Like I think it's far more Talkie Tina than it is Chucky. But anyway, Rob, you see the results that we're getting here. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, I think that, you brought up Blumhouse and also James Wan. These guys are people like James Wan, after making the Saw franchise, made the first Insidious for like $900,000. And these guys know how to make, I mean, lower budgets theatrically released making money. when you see the streaming services talking about Disney Plus lost $4 billion, I don't understand why all the studios don't have, I mean, you have to have the talent to do it, but aren't making lower budget, theatrically released movies that are filling our theaters, our exhibition halls that need movies, and are making things like, when I saw that, I like the trailer more than you, but as the trailers, as they were ramping up toward the release, I thought the marketing got better and better and better.
They did a very good job with the marketing of this movie.
And this movie has a lot more. It's not just about some killer doll. I mean, there's social satire in this movie. This is actually a legitimate, good movie. I mean, there's a lot in it. It's very entertaining, but when you come away from it, it's not empty-headed. There's more going on. I feel like it was a full meal. Sure, it might have been a fast food meal, but it was a full meal, and it was really satisfying. I mean, I was very impressed by this, and I think that studios should be looking to do more of this kind of thing. The audience I saw it with loved this movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
the crowd I saw with went crazy for it.
They loved it. And it was, you could not leave the theater without having a smile on your face. And I think that's what we need to see more of. And you do it at a price, and you make, I mean, how much this movie could make $100 million on a $12 million spend.
It's worldwide, it's already over 45 million. Now, it comes down though to, something you say all the time, right? Like it's not just about, we'll make a movie for $21 million. You got to make a good movie for $21 million.
And a movie
that's
that connects.
The hard part. Yeah.
I mean, like I had said to you, I think this movie was going to make more money because it's very female oriented, and people forget that the female audience, I read in Deadline yesterday, it said 53% of the audience for this movie was female. And it also said that across ethnic demographics, it played well to everybody, all audiences, Black audiences, Latino audiences, everybody went to this movie. And that's what you want. You want a movie that everybody comes together, goes into the theater, it doesn't matter who you are, and you have a great time.
Women are being lulled to sleep by murder podcasts. Of course they're going to see this.
I can't remember, have you seen the SNL sketch?
Oh, yeah.
Murder
I
Show?
love it so much.
Murder Show.
Yeah,
Perfect. They wrote that about my wife. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? M3gan has made $30 million at its domestic opening weekend on a $12 million budget. Is it going to be a film of the year? No, but it's a fun little movie. What do you guys think about this? Did you see the movie? If so, how did you like it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down into the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save money this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton, with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Guys, I have told you before that when I was on one of the major phone carriers, I was spending literally 3 times as much every month, and switching to Mint Mobile couldn't have been easier. So for people just looking to save some extra money this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in just minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.